There's a remarkable milestone being celebrated in London this month. The Underground, or the Tube as it's known, is 150 years old. That means it started running before Canadian Confederation. It was the world's first passenger subway, and not only is it still creaking along, it's influenced the way people get around in cities from Toronto to Tokyo. Sean Mallon takes a look back.
Even in a city with history on every corner, this was an unusual sight, a steam train on the subway. The 19th century engine was restored for special runs to remind all of how this transit system started and what it's meant for London and the world.
It's inspired imitators around the planet, and there is no other system as good as London Underground.
Mid-19th century London was clogged, horse-drawn traffic compounded with untold amounts of horse-dropped manure. The audacious answer, an underground railroad.
The Victorians, they did have a great vision for what they saw as the latest technology could do, and they achieved a lot with it.
19th century London faced the same challenges urban planners of today: how to pay for such a huge infrastructure project. Ultimately, the promoters won by arguing that it would bring a greater social good than just clearing the roads. It would allow for the demolition of inner-city slums and for the working class to move to better places farther out. The original line was dug by thousands of men with shovels. They had to weave around a labyrinth of water pipes and gas mains, were delayed when a sewer line burst, flooding the project with filth. In January 1863, a year behind schedule, the Metropolitan Underground Railway made its debut, a 5.5-kilometer line through the center of London. It was an immediate sensation, with 40,000 passengers on the first day alone. The arrival of electric trains around the turn of the century led to deeper tunnels, explosive expansion, and imitators in other great cities.
Because it was not just physically, under the city and almost supporting it, but it became the sinews of the city.
Stations famously served as impromptu bomb shelters during the Second World War. In advance of last summer's Olympics, there was much concern that the old tube couldn't handle the strain, but it did, confirming the Victorians' vision.
It does make a profit, but it's of huge, huge social value.
One thing hasn't changed in the tube between the days of steam and today. It is still hard to find a seat in rush hour. Sean Mallon, Global News, London.